guys. I'm really liking this book. Oh my god, I just want to read. I just came from work and I decided I want to do another weekend reading vlog. I have nothing to do other than sleep, eat, and breathe, and basically just read. So I thought about reading a couple of books, but I'm not sure to which ones I'm gonna get to be honest, so let me grab them. Okay, so one book is actually from my TBR for June, but I don't know which one I'm gonna start with. And when you saw my very first video, my first weekend reading vlog, you probably saw me unwrapping a new book that I got from a friend, from Fancy, my book bestie, and it is A Tempest of Sea. I was gonna say sea, I'm sorry. A Tempest of Tea from Hafsa Faisal? Oh, these names! I'm so sorry if I pronounced them wrong. This is gonna be on my TBR for this weekend, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to this, but this is like my second choice for starting it, like the Readathon. Then I have Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. I have read The Love Hypothesis. I have read that one and I didn't really like it, but I'm more of a fantasy reader, so maybe this one is more up my alley. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna give it a try because I've heard mixed feelings about this. Some say it's really good, some say nah, not really. Maybe if you are a Ellie Hazelwood fan, maybe that's not really your like cup of tea. Tempest of Tea. Sorry. Maybe that's not your cup of tea if you're like totally a romance reader. Like Ellie Hazelwood mostly writes romances. And the STEM series is really a lot of romance. So maybe that's not up your alley. So maybe those types of readers don't really want Ellie Hazelwood to write this type of stuff, like fantasy. Oh my god. My cats are fighting at the bottom of... Now they're gone. Yeah. Don't mind my frame just changing, it's fine. So yeah. But other people that didn't really enjoy Ellie Hazelwood, they kind of said that this is like a good way to get into fantasy if you're not typically a fantasy reader. I want to see, I don't know, but this sounds really intriguing. This number 2, but this is also not like my first choice to read this weekend. My first choice is Shatter Me, and it's actually on my TBR for June. I don't know, what was the prompt? I think it was a book with 2 words in the title, and Shatter Me has that. So, and it's pretty short. It's like about 300 pages. I feel like that's a quick read. It is kind of a reread for me because, like I said in my TBR video, I have read this when it came out, or like 2013 or 14 maybe. Like it has been some time since I read this, but I cannot remember anything. So yeah, this is me. Yeah, this is probably my first choice. So I'm gonna start with this one. Since I was sick last weekend and I didn't take care of myself quite as well as I should have, I'm still sick and I'm feeling worse than yesterday, so I'm gonna change to something more comfortable. I mean, this looks comfortable, but it is like a nice shirt, you know what I mean? I want like a chill shirt. I just want to lay in bed and rot with books and read books. So that's gonna be my plan. I'm gonna get myself a tea as well because my nose is still not really... I don't know, what are you calling these? Please let me know. In Germany, we say Nebenhöhlen. I'm so sorry if that sounded weird, but it's still like my nose is still running, but not really, like it's kind of stuck, if you know what I mean. I don't know. So there you go. So I'm still kind of sick and I don't want to be sick any further. I want to be healthy again, and I'm out of breath just talking to you. These are my 3 choices. I'm starting with Shatter Me, and I think I'm gonna continue with A Tempest of Tea and then go with Bride, but I'm not sure yet. So, but I'm really starting with Shatter Me. That's my first choice. So I will see you once I've read some of it, and then I'll keep you updated what I think of my reread. I'll see you when I see you. Hi guys, so just a quick checkup. I am on page 116. I am very intrigued, to be honest. I kind of like remember parts of it as far as I've gotten into it. It's just bits and parts maybe are still in my brain somewhere, but I don't remember what ending this has or what it's going to be and what like direction it's going. I don't know, but I am really happy I started this. So we follow Juliet and we start off in her cell getting a cellmate, and at first she's very suspicious and he's kind of weird. It's a he, and later on we find out his name is Adam, and then they kind of like get her out of there with Adam, and the reestablishment wants her to kill or torture people, and she doesn't want that. She's always saying, don't touch me, don't come near me, I don't want to hurt you. And then one incident happens and she is touched by a soldier, and we kind of like get to know her feelings and her thoughts during that, because it's in her perspective as well. Even though she hates what she can do, she kind of like enjoys it as well. It's like, it's hard to explain, but that's what I thought when I read that scene. I'm very happy I started this, and I'm definitely gonna finish it tonight because I'm on page 116. It has about 310 pages, so I have 200 more, and it's a fast read. It's kind of slow paced, to be honest. Like, after all this, like a third of the book basically, you only get a little more answers, but it's a short book, so a third isn't that long, to be honest, with 300 pages. It's like good, it's weighted out pretty good. So okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I have old sprints of Mel just running in the background. I will check in with you. Good morning, guys. So, as you saw last night, I finished Shatter Me, and it was a quick and good read. It's still YA, I must say. It's kind of really YA. I don't know how to call it otherwise. It's just YA, but it's fine. I liked it. It's a good story. It could have been longer, to be honest. There's like, at the beginning, at like the first, I don't know, 30%, it was really slow, and then it picked up on the pace and I liked it even more, to be honest. I started A Tempest of Tea right after I finished Shatter Me, so right here. I am on page 114 and 34% in. But I have to say I'm generally confused by everything that's going on, to be honest. I only know that there's a tea shop for vampires, and that property they're on is being sold to someone that does not know about their secret that they sell tea to vampires with blood in it. That's all I know right now. And I'm 34% through. I should know a little bit more. I don't know if I want to keep reading this right now or start Bride and then come back to this one. I will think about it, and the next clip you're gonna see is either me reading A Tempest of Tea or reading Bride. So you'll see. But I'm not sure. I'm just confused by everything that's going on. I'm just confused. And I don't like being confused when I read. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on hold, I think, and really start Bride. I will see you with the next update once I have one. So, I have been reading Bride for the last 2 hours, and I must say I am on page 142 and it's 35% through. I understand more of this story than of A Tempest of Tea, to be honest, so I'm gonna continue reading Bride. This is a story about Misery accepting a marriage between her, a vampire, and the alpha wolf. Lowe. He's called Lowe. I always call him Lowe in my head. I don't know if that's right, but she's getting married to him, and the reason why she is getting married to him is not only to have an alliance between werewolves and vampires, but also because she is a vampire living in a human world. They all know of each other, but she's living there and has a fake ID and has contacts to have different eye colors than the vampires do. They usually have purple. And yeah, she lives there, and she has a roommate named Serena, and she's like her best friend. She calls her a sister, and she disappears like 6 or 8 weeks before the wedding. Misery finds a note with initials on it that make her get married to the alpha, because she suspects that the alpha has something to do with Serena's disappearance. Part of the bargain that she makes when marrying the alpha is that there's not only alliance, but Misery has to live with Lowe. She has to live with him for a whole year, and the werewolves send another person to the vampire territory as an exchange, kind of. They call it collateral, I think. Since she's suspecting Lowe to have something to do with Serena's disappearance, she's been snooping around the house where she has to live for a year, and she finds out some stuff right now, and there's been a reveal just about 10 pages ago, and I am hooked. I'm really liking this book. This took me about 2 hours, so I believe I can do the rest in like 3 to 4 hours maybe, if I just keep reading. I'm not even hungry. I don't want to eat lunch. I just want to read. I love this feeling when I just want to read. It's the best feeling. That is my update so far. 142 pages in, 35%, and I'm gonna continue reading right now because I want to know what's happening next, because it's getting really good, and I was kind of anxious how this is gonna turn out for me because I didn't like the love hypothesis. This is really, I have been laughing out loud a lot, and I have been like smirking and kicking my feet a little bit because it's one thing about Misery and Lowe is that werewolves can smell like feelings. He said the first time they meet is actually at the altar, and the first thing he says is basically, "Oh, why do you smell like that?" They have always some sentences at the beginning of the chapters that are in italic right here, and they are basically about him, but not in his perspective. We read everything in her perspective, and I'm really curious what he really means by "why are you smelling like this?" because he just said to her, "You need to take another shower because you smell," kind of, and I'm not sure if it's like a feeling she has. I don't know if she has like shown her feeling towards him in a way that she smells and that he notices because he can smell really good. It's kind of like a mystery for me. So I want to know what that is about. I'm going to continue reading. I'm really hooked. I want to know what is going on, and I want to know all the secrets. I have so many questions and I want them to be answered. So I'm going to keep reading and I'll update you later. Hi guys. This book. It is another 5-star for me, to be honest. I have loved this. I ate this up the whole day. I was just reading this. I got sucked into the story. I really enjoyed everything, every aspect. I liked the banter, I liked the tension. There was the right amount of smut. I'm having goosebumps. I don't know if you can see that. I have goosebumps because this book was such a good book. Wow. Ellie Hazelwood, what have you done? I did not like The Love Hypothesis, like I said, but I loved this one. So I'm gonna give it another try. Not The Love Hypothesis, because I've tried it already. Like, I read the whole thing. But I'm gonna try other books by her and see if they may be, I don't know, more up my alley or more my cup of tea. I would say overall, this was a successful reading vlog. I have finished 2 books. I was fairly enjoying both of them. I was really enjoying Bride, but I also really enjoyed Shatter Me. It didn't get the same rating as Bride because, like I said in earlier clips, it's still a little too YA for me, and I think I'm just not a YA person anymore. I think it was a good read. I liked the story. I'm gonna continue reading the series, but I think I'm just too old for YA. I'm gonna give YA another try and keep reading YA, but it's just not really up my alley anymore. We have 2 books read, and I have kept going a little bit further in A Tempest of Tea, and I came up to 48%. That is page 156. It's more than I anticipated to read today of this book because I still don't really know what's going on, to be honest. I'm gonna continue reading this, but it's gonna be like a secondary book I read when I like don't have much time and just have like a couple minutes just to read one chapter, because it has really short chapters as well. So that's gonna be helpful when I have just little time in between stuff I need to do. And yeah, this was such a success, to be honest. Those were the books I picked, and I'm really happy I did, especially the top 2. Like I said, I'm gonna continue reading A Tempest of Tea, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna give it any good rating, to be honest, because I'm almost 50% through and I don't know what's going on. That can't be it, you know? You know what I mean? The book should be easy to understand, or to have like a good rating. Yeah, so this is the end of the reading vlog. It's currently 8:30, and I think I'm gonna either continue reading A Tempest of Tea or start another book. I have the audiobook for this as well. It's pretty nice, but it's not like giving me any more understanding of this world. Just gonna get myself some dinner because I totally forgot to get myself dinner because I was finishing up Bride, because why not? who else has done it? And like everyone has done it. Everyone who loves reading does forget food sometimes. Thank you for watching, and thank you for coming along with me reading these 2.5 books basically. I basically read 2.5 books within 30 hours. Yeah. Like after I came from work on Saturday at like 2 or 3-ish I started, and now it's 8:30. Yeah, kind of like 30 hours. And yeah, thank you for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you have read one of these and can tell me some thoughts of yours. I would love to read them. I will see you with another video soon. Bye bye!